There were 375 apples, oranges and pears for sale at a market stall. There were 45 more oranges than pears and twice as many apples than the total number of oranges and pears. The question is, how many more apples were there than oranges? Now I'm going to start by trying to calculate with my very badly drawn box how many apples there were. Alright, so that box represents apples. Slightly neater box here represents my oranges and pears. Alright, apples, oranges and pears. And we know that there are twice as many apples as oranges and pears together. Alright, so there are 3 equal sized portions here. This is equal to this is equal to this. We know that there are 375 pieces of fruit altogether, so if we divide 3 into 375, we can calculate the value of each of these portions. So 375 divided by 3 gives us 125. So each of these is 125. Alright, I can now see that the total number of apples must be 125 times 2. Alright, or 125 plus 125. Very easy to work out in our heads. 125 times 2 is 250, and we really need to label this. This is 250 apples. Alright, you'll do plenty more calculations, so it's important to label things as you go along. 250 apples. Now I need to work out how many oranges and pears there are. So I'm going to draw another diagram here. Let's say that's oranges, and let's say that's pears. At the moment I've drawn them as if they are of equal value, but they're not. There were 45 more oranges than pears, so I'm going to extend the oranges box, and this is worth 45. Alright, now from my earlier calculations I've worked out that there are 125 oranges and pears altogether, 125. And hopefully you can now see that if I take 45 away from 125, that I can calculate the value of these two portions. Okay, so 125 take away 45 gives me 80. Alright, that's for these two portions, and if I divide 80 by 2 I can calculate the portion value. So that's 40 and that's 40. So I now know that there are 40 pears, and the number of oranges is 40 plus 45. 40 plus 45, again nice and easy. 85. 85 what? This is 85 oranges. Alright, because this is the information that we're looking for. So I now know I have 85 oranges, and earlier I worked out that there were 250 apples. And the question is to find the difference between the two. So 250 take away 85. Gives us 165. So we have worked out that there are 165 more apples than oranges.